afternoon, everyone. It's the Duchess of Monty Shit Show here. I hope you're well. Thank you so much for all your comments. I have tried to reply to as many as I could, but in the end, there are just far too many. So just to do the standard housekeeping, everything I say in this video are my own thoughts and opinions. Please do your own research into things, and any photos and information used are pulled from the public domain and from social media. Right, first things first, I want to give a big thank you to Queen Gertrude for giving me a shout out in her last video. It was much appreciated. I have spoken to Queen Gertie on the phone before. She is an absolute hoot. She is so funny. You hear her videos and you know she really is like that in real life. She's so funny. So Queen Gertrude, hi and thank you very much. So on to the business of the day. They do say that 24 hours is a long time in politics, don't they? Well, the last 24 hours have certainly been eventful in the British royal family. As we all know, Catherine, Duchess of Cambridge, flew off to Denmark yesterday. And before people start, she flew commercial. She didn't fly private jet. She's gone for a solo 2-day visit to Denmark to discuss many things early years and to see how their principles and practices could possibly be implemented over here in the UK within her charities and patronages. And she looks like she's having a ball, doesn't she? It didn't take long for photos to appear yesterday on social media of Catherine arriving in her red Zara blazer, and later the most wonderful footage appeared of her emerging out of a huge slide in heels. What a woman! I can't even wear heels anyway, due to the fact that I have arthritis in my feet. So a massive kudos, massive respect to her for that. As I'm writing this, Catherine is due to arrive for lunch with Crown Princess Mary, and then we'll travel on to the Dana's Christ Centre. I hope I said that right, which is a women's shelter. So no doubt more photos will come into the public domain later. I'm looking forward to seeing those. But now on to slightly more disappointing matters. Disappointing yet not unexpected. True to form, just as the world was focused on Catherine and her visit to Denmark, kaboom! I love that word, kaboom! Photos were released late last night onto the American website TMZ. For anyone outside of America, that stands for 30 Mile Zone. The photos were of the Sharkles. Quelle surprise. The Sharkles, Princess Eugenie and her husband Jack Brooksbank, and they were heading into a restaurant in LA for dinner. Just my thoughts and opinions, but how boringly predictable. Literally, every time the royal family try and get on with their lives and do some good, do their actual jobs and do what they're paid to do, rather than bolt off to LA crying victim all the time, some kind of stunt is pulled. Whether it's Meghan announcing her pregnancy during Princess Eugenie's wedding reception, which to be honest is a huge no-no. Girl code, anyone? To releasing details of the wreath sent to Prince Philip's funeral last April. Honestly, in my opinion, it's utterly shameless. And it's gone from annoying to just downright boring now, to be honest. It's gone from, yeah, it's maybe a coincidence, and you know, now there's just too many coincidences. We now expect things like this to happen. It's just a question of when and what. Yeah, so I mean, these stunts just pop up, don't they? Just like the traditional unwelcome pimple just as you're about to go on a date with a hot guy. Or maybe that just happens in my life, I don't know. But you know the phrase, I got to thinking earlier, and you know the phrase "in bed with the enemy." Yeah, well, I'm not calling Harry and Meghan the enemy before anyone starts, but Eugenie and Jack may as well, go all out, plan a candlelit dinner with soft romantic music, lay out a long line of rose petals leading to the honeymoon suite, get into bed, and shaft the living daylights out of them. Oh my god. To quote Friends, could it be any more obvious? So the photos that emerged on the TMZ website are of the four of them having a cosy dinner in a restaurant in LA. Nothing wrong with that on first glance. The two friends, two cousins, and their partners catching up over beef bourguignon and Dom Perignon. But hang on a minute. Questions. It leads to so many questions. How the heck did the paparazzi know they were going to be at that particular restaurant at that particular time? Ooh, it's a poser, isn't it? Isn't that a huge, gross invasion of their privacy? Yeah, surely the Sharkles will be firing off a lawsuit anytime soon. Yeah, I won't hold my breath on that one, primarily because I will die. So, and not least because the pictures were taken by Backgrid, which, as we all know, Meghan is in bed with anyway. My god, she's a busy girl in the bedroom, isn't she? The reason Backgrid knew which restaurant to stand outside and the time to be there was because they were tipped off. The Sharkles are invading their own privacy yet again. They sat at the table closest to the window because they knew they were going to be photographed. I mean, if you were so desperate for privacy, why would you do that? If that were me, I would go under the cover of darkness and not tell anyone of my plans. I do wonder, as a separate point, if they are going to share their ill-gotten gains from Backgrid with the Brooksbanks. The timing of the photos being released are also a bit suspicious. It will have been pre-arranged with the sole intention of the photos hitting social media during Catherine's Denmark tour, at a time that the UK and pretty much most of Europe were closing down for the night and everyone was going to bed. Guys, we see you. We know what you're doing. There is no such thing as coincidence with the Monty Shit Show duo. In my opinion, it's quite honestly pathetic and highly embarrassing. Guys, just stop it. But if you flip it around for a second, and I got thinking earlier, this could turn out to be a blessing in disguise to us in the UK. As I've discussed in my previous videos, and many other YouTubers have mentioned this in their videos, Harry is currently attempting to sue Her Majesty's government to get his police protection, security reinstated for whenever he chooses to grace us with his ever odious presence in the UK. This latest stunt could turn out to be a massive own goal. I mean, he managed to go to an LA restaurant with little or no security. He sat right in full view of the paps, knowing that his photo would be taken at some point and then would be released into public domain with another royal couple who also don't have royal security in the UK. Princess usually has security only on official duties, but they're few and far between. Usually, Jacques and their baby August manage to live their life day to day quite happily without any form of royal security, even on an island as dangerous as Great Britain. This won't look so good to the court and definitely won't look good in the eyes of Boris Johnson, Priti Patel in the Home Office, and the rest of Her Majesty's government. The outcome of Harry's lawsuit isn't expected yet, but I will bring the news to you as and when we receive it. Sorry, I just got distracted there. The postman's turned up. But they've walked on by, so that's good. No more bills for me today. So, what do you all think? Are you of the opinion that the Sharkles planned these photos to take the focus off Catherine? The evidence does seem to allude to that fact. Or do you think it was just a cosy family dinner that was packed in secret and the photos have been leaked without their knowledge? What do you think was discussed during the dinner? I think it's true to say that Eugenie is now viewed as the link between the royal family and the Mountbatten Windsors. And when I say link, I mean mole. You know, just my thoughts and opinions. Mole, yeah. Please let me know in the comments. Please don't forget also to like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye for now.